Yo, Fiona, long time no see. A little birdie tells me you got married. I almost spat out my frosted hoops when I heard the news. I would never have seen you and him continuing for this long in a million years. I gotta say, girl, I'm impressed. Huh? Is that Jen? Wait, how do you have my number? Oh, the group chat from the class reunion. Bingo! You can be pretty sharp sometimes, girl. God, you are so annoying. Hey, that was uncalled for. I have feelings too, you know. You're the one in the wrong for not giving me your number at the reunion last year, even though we were besties back in high school. Don't pretend you don't remember. We were practically inseparable. Huh? Me and you? Besties? On what planet? You always let me copy your homework. Plus, you treat me to meals and drinks. I'd be lying if I said I didn't hold a little grudge over what happened with your boyfriend, but hey, no one's perfect. I let you copy my homework, did I? That's funny, because the way I remember it, you just took my printouts and worksheets without my permission, ran away and disappeared with them, and didn't give them back until you were done plagiarizing them. Rather than treating you to meals and drinks, if my memory serves me correctly, whenever we went out to eat together, you conveniently forgot your purse when the bill came, leaving me no choice but to pay for everything. Which reminds me, you never gave me back a single cent of that money, did you? As for my boyfriend, I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Whatever, who cares about all that? It's bygones now. There's no use crying over spilled milk, so let's stop dragging up the past and look towards the future instead. I'd rather we just didn't talk at all, actually. Your words, they hurt me. Stop being so mean, you spoiled sport. There's nothing wrong with two best friends catching up after a long time apart. Anyway, can I take the fact that you're still in the class reunion group chat as meaning you'll be coming again this year? Yeah, I guess so. Does that mean you'll be bringing your husband along too? Right, he was in our class after all. Interesting. I'm suddenly super excited for the class reunion. Why? That's for me to know and you to find out. I'm counting on you, Fiona. Keep them in good working order for me until we're reunited. Good working order? Fiona, Fiona, Fiona. It's time. The day of destiny is finally upon us. Huh? What are you talking about? Jen, would you give me a break already? Quit sending me random nonsensical messages out of nowhere. Why would today be a day of destiny? It's just a class reunion. Is something supposed to be happening there? Yes, exactly. Today is the fateful day I finally find happiness. Okay, great. See you later at the event hall, my darling. Would you quit with all the hearts? You're making me cringe. Fiona! It went down just like I said it would. I finally fulfilled my destiny and found happiness. Me and Rufus slipped out of the class reunion, went to a hotel, and he slipped inside me. The mood was so intense, our clothes were off as soon as we got inside the hotel room. And before you knew it, we were a passionate, sweaty mess writhing around in ecstasy on the bed. We have so much chemistry, I couldn't resist but let him have his way with me straight away. Oh, and guess what? You'll never guess what he told me. He said he never wants any other woman but me for the rest of his life, so he's divorcing you. Oopsie. Sorry for stealing your husband, sweetie. Jen, would you mind stopping right there? Sorry, no can do. Mine and Rufus's love is unstoppable and infinite. He's mine now and forever. No, seriously, Jen, you need to stop. Everyone can see your messages. What the hell? Everyone? The class reunion just erupted into chaos with laughter when they saw what you wrote. Huh? Excuse me? Sorry, can you bear with me a sec? I'm gonna unplug my phone from the big screen projector. Huh? The projector? What the heck are you doing? Does that mean what I think it means? Hey, Jen. Sorry to keep you waiting. What the hell is going on? Explain now! It was written on the information leaflet for the class reunion. There was an event called Memory Lane, right? We were all supposed to bring in our favorite photo from high school and would take it in turns using the projector provided by the event managers to show it to everyone on the wall before reminiscing over everyone's photos together. We were allowed to bring stuff in on the day, too. I remembered I had a funny photo on my phone after I got to the event. So I was in the process of hooking up my phone directly to the projector and showing it to everyone. Well, that's where you came in. I was trying to set up the projector app on my phone, but your messages came at the worst possible time, and I accidentally tapped onto one, opening up our chat for the entire event hall to see. Yep, those vulgar messages about your seedy tryst at the hotel were projected and enlarged on the wall for everyone to see. Awkward, huh? Oh my god, no way. Are you joking or something? Oh, this has to be a joke. Why didn't you turn it off as soon as you realized what was going on? You could have prevented this. Well, that was my intention, believe me. But then you mentioned Rufus in the messages. I was about to unplug my phone, but a certain someone came up to stop me when they realized what you were saying. Huh? Who? Who's the interfering asshole who thinks my business is their problem? Whoever it is, tell them to get their stinking nose out of my love life. That's just plain evil. I'm pretty sure stealing someone's husband and then bragging about it is more evil, actually. Have you no ability to self-reflect? Are you even self-aware? The fact you can make comments like that makes me seriously doubt it. Whatever, who cares? You know what? I'm actually pleased. In a sense, this means me and Rufus are now an official couple. I guess you can call this our announcement to the class reunion. Life's all about turning negatives into positives after all, and it's hard not to feel positive about having a big rugged hunk like Rufus all to myself. Still, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't pissed with whoever stopped you unplugging the phone. Go on, who was it? Rufus's wife. Huh? Hey, wait a second. Isn't that you, Fiona? Nope. I get that your heart is broken and you feel overwhelmed with jealousy and despair because I stole your husband, but don't you think this is a little childish? Get over it and tell the truth already. I'm serious, it wasn't me. Is that so? Well, in that case, I take it this means we can call it quits on the compensation me and Rufus were fully prepared to pay you for the affair? I guess if you're not really Rufus's wife, you won't be entitled to it. Okay, have it your way. It's way better for me this way. You know, I impress myself with how smart I am sometimes. This is literally the best conclusion I could have hoped for. Oh yeah, here's another update on our love marathon. We decided to switch to the high-end luxury hotel by Boink Station. We just ordered champagne, room service, and will no doubt be making sweet love until the early hours. You need to head down to the county clerk's office, grab a set of divorce papers, and sign them by the time we get done. Why would I do that? This has nothing to do with me. This feels great. I always knew I was destined for great things, but I never thought my life would go this well. I feel like I'm the main character of a romance movie. With this, I finally get even on the grudge I've had against you since high school. Grudge? You do know I had the hots for Rufus in high school, right? No, this is the first I've heard of it. But even though I liked him and he should have been rightfully mine, you had the nerve to get involved and start dating him before I had the chance to make my move. I was so pissed when I found out I could have exploded with rage right then and there. What? Seriously, nothing you're saying makes any sense. Me and Rufus aren't dating, and we never have. Well, I finally got my own back. Don't act surprised, lady, because you had this coming. How many times do I have to say it? I am not Rufus's wife, and I am not his girlfriend. Oh, someone's calling me back into bed. Looks like a fresh round of lovemaking's about to begin. Oh my, will I even be able to walk tomorrow? Gotta bounce, honey. See ya! You're literally ignoring everything I say to you, huh? Fiona! What the hell's going on? Explain! What do you want, Jen? Don't play dumb with me, you scheming witch! How did everyone find out which hotel me and Rufus are staying at? And how did they know our room number? Oh, what the hell? Why the hell is Gina here? The look on her face when I opened the door was so terrifying, I instinctively escaped into the bathroom as soon as I saw her. Oh, I see. So Gina decided to launch a direct assault on the scene of the crime, huh? Huh? Remember when you told me you guys were staying at the luxury high-end hotel by Boink Station? Well, in a strange twist of fate, it turns out one of Gina's relatives is currently living there. When Gina saw your messages, she told her relative to keep an eye out for you guys. I'm guessing she caught sight of you in the lobby and followed you to your room or something. What? Wait, but that doesn't answer my question. Why the hell would Gina be pissed with me in the first place? I didn't do anything to her. Listen, Jen, to be honest, I'm a little surprised you haven't managed to put two and two together by now, but Gina is Rufus's wife. What? My husband is called Richard. He's Rufus's cousin. Huh? Wait a sec. Richard? You mean that Richard, the spectacled computer game-obsessed nerd? Yes, Richard with the glasses is my husband. I confessed my feelings to him back in high school. We dated for a few years, he eventually proposed, we got married, and we've been together ever since. What the heck am I reading? I mean, I did know Richard and Rufus were cousins, but I saw you and Rufus on a date back in high school. That's the only reason I wanted to steal him for myself in the first place. Oh, Jen, whatever are we going to do with you? Allow me to explain what probably happened here. It's true, Richard usually wears glasses, but he likes to swap them out for contacts for special occasions. He also looks strikingly similar to Rufus, even though they're only cousins. They've both changed a lot now, but back in high school, when Richard took off his glasses, they almost looked like the same person. Oh my God. I'm guessing you saw Richard with his contacts in and mistook him for Rufus? What? Oh, what the heck? Are you serious? Why didn't you tell me this before I stole someone else's husband? Ugh. How was I supposed to do that when I only found out you made moves on the wrong husband by accident yesterday? Well, you could have told me you and Richard were dating back when you got together. At the very least, you could have told me you were getting married. I'm sorry, Jen, but me and you aren't close enough for you to be privy to updates on my private life. Huh? But I thought we were besties back in high school. I'd prefer if you didn't make such insane remarks, thanks. Do you mind if we call this conversation a day here? I feel a little bit more of my energy being drained with every message. Anyway, don't you have important things to deal with? You know, like maybe the furious betrayed wife in your hotel room? Messaging me should be the last thing on your mind. Sure, you may have committed your fatal error as a result of our messages, but as things stand, I have no involvement in the situation now. No, wait, you can't leave me to deal with this crap on my own. Gina really is livid. She said something about sending Rufus off to work in a factory in Nigeria after she divorced him before she stormed out of the reunion hall. I wonder what'll happen to you. Oh my God. Based on how loud she's banging on this bathroom door, I don't think she's kidding. Help me, Fiona, I'm so scared. Are you guys friends or something? You and Gina? If you are, you could put in a good word for me and calm her down. Will you do that for me, will you please? Sorry, Jen, this one's out of my hands now. Nothing I could do could possibly save you now. Even if I wanted to. She's the CEO of the company your dad and brother work at, right? She took over after inheriting it from her dad 2 years back, if I recall correctly. I know that! I can't believe I stole the husband of a frickin' CEO. I mean, I'd be proud of myself if I did it without her finding out, but she's banging on the frickin' bathroom door and sounds like she wants to kill me. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Oh, you'd be proud if you got away with it, huh? I guess that means you feel no remorse whatsoever then. At least this way I can take great satisfaction in watching from the sidelines as justice is served. Listen, Jen, I'm not involved in this anymore, so how about you open the door and try talking to Gina? But she's so mad. I just got a message from Richard saying you're spamming him with messages begging him to call Gina off. I'm not sure why you think my husband would be able to get you out of this. You're talking about me behind my back? You need to solve your problems by yourself, Jen. There's nothing anyone can do for you now. Ugh, why would he rat on me? And why would you betray me like this? You're supposed to be my friend. How many times do I have to say it? Me and you aren't friends, and we never have been. What? Quit making me repeat myself. Well, in that case, let's be friends, starting now. Huh? Please, you have to help me. I'm begging you. Isn't there some way we can make all of this go away? I feel terrible about what I did, simply terrible. Honestly, I don't know what came over me and made me act so stupidly. Yes, you do. You thought you were taking revenge on me for some stupid grudge from high school, so allow me to politely decline your offer of friendship. Oh my God! No one likes a dimwit. Although, saying that, I always despised you. Fiona! I'll be blocking you now. Goodbye, and good luck. After the drama that unfolded in the hotel room, Jen and Rufus immediately broke up, making the day of the class reunion both the beginning and the end of their short-lived romance. I was surprised to hear that they didn't end up owing much compensation. But something tells me Jen's problems are only just beginning. Remember how I mentioned Gina's the CEO of Jen's brother's and dad's company? Well, they didn't take too kindly to her destroying their boss's marriage, and word of the affair spread around the office like wildfire. Unable to bear the shame of being the butt of every joke and receiving the silent treatment from practically the entire company, they voluntarily resigned within a week. Fortunately for them, they both managed to find new jobs pretty quickly, but less fortunately, their salaries were half that of what they got at Gina's company. As for Jen, her family promptly disowned her, being so overwhelmed with disgust at her behavior that they couldn't bear to associate with her for a second longer. Now she was lost and alone, her life resembling a Greek tragedy. After word of her misdeeds spread around town, she found it impossible to find a respectable job. With that, she had no choice but to start working the night business, and these days can be seen hanging around on street corners in the hopes that some creepy old dude will pick her up and cover her rent money in return for some favors. Don't cheat, folks!
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time!
Eliza? I'm coming back home right now.
Huh? Today you went out with your friends from back in high school to get some drinks, right?
That was the plan.
Then why are you coming home already? It's only 7 p.m. right now.
I left right in the middle of drinks, though.
What? Why would you leave your friends like that?
I was thinking that it was just men going out to have some drinks, but then they brought along some female friends of theirs. In total, there were equal amounts men to women.
Okay, and?
When I finally realized what was going on there, I noticed they were all trying to hook up and also find someone they could marry.
Is that what was going on?
They told me that it would only be us going out for drinks tonight, but they lied to me in order to get enough men together to meet with those women.
Really? So what ended up happening before you left?
Well, I told them that I couldn't stick around with them, but as I tried to leave the bar to go home, one of my friends wrapped his arm around my shoulder and kept me around a little longer. But I'm married now, so I can't be doing something like that. I also happen to be a lawyer, so being a part of something crazy is not in my books.
Oh, well, I'm glad you made that clear. Maybe some of your friends didn't realize you were married already, because those kinds of things are only meant for single people who want to get married and whatnot, right?
That's right. I feel kind of bad for leaving all my friends like that, but I made a break for it after introducing myself to their lady friends.
How were you able to get away?
After telling them who I was, I told them that I had been set up by the other guys, and that I had no reason for being at that event because I already have a wife. I then explained to everyone that I'm a lawyer now, so being a part of something that could be seen as me being unfaithful was not okay, and that I needed to go home. I finished by saying that I would not be talking to any more of the women there, and that they would only be talking with my friends tonight. And right before I left out the door, I told each and every one of the people there to please not call or text me if they already had my number, because I would not be responding back. And then I was out of there.
Wow. At least you were being very frank about your situation.
Well, I wanted everyone there to understand that I am married and that I was not there looking for someone new to marry. However, there was one person...
Someone that didn't understand what you meant?
Yes, someone who I'd have to say was completely out of her mind. The only thing she heard out of that whole explanation was that I'm a lawyer. And so on my way out of there, she came up to me and tried to get me to cuddle with her. But when I told her to go away, she ran off with the rest of her friends to the women's bathroom.
They all went together? They were most likely talking about ways to get you to fall for her.
I'm sure. But once they all went into that bathroom, I was out. And here I am, walking home from that place and never going back.
I hope that didn't burn you out too much.
Not too much. There's something I need to ask. I know that it's past dinner, but do you mind making something up for me to eat when I get home? It could be something simple and easy. If not, that's totally fine. I can throw something into the microwave and eat that.
You didn't eat anything at the bar while you were there?
Well, after what I just had to go through, there was no time for me to think about eating. Especially after that crazy girl tried to take me with her.
Fair point. Well, I'm glad you didn't end up falling into her arms then. I can make you a bowl of mac and cheese if you'd like. I have 1 box of that left in the pantry, so shouldn't take me too long to make up.
That would be perfect, Eliza.
All right. Have a safe trip home now.
Thank you.
Elisa, it's been 5 years now since we last talked. I'm sure you're still as ugly as always, but how are you doing besides that? I was wondering what was causing my phone to buzz like that at this time of night. Lo and behold, it's you. That rotten little brat that thinks she can talk to me again after the way she's always treated me. My little sister. Huh? How dare you say something like that about a beauty like myself? If you were really as beautiful as you think you are, then you wouldn't be calling yourself a beauty like that. But it's no lie that I'm one of the most beautiful people around. Anyway, what did you want from me? What? All right, goodbye then. Wait. It's been 5 years now since you and I have last chatted, and you were the one texting me first, so you must have had something to talk about, right? Oh, that's right. I was so caught up in the fact that you are the ugliest woman imaginable that I totally forgot when I first started texting you again. What do you want? I'm going to be getting married here very soon. Married? I just changed rides to a handsome lawyer. Changed rides? So that means you had another boyfriend just before? You could say that. I'm very sexy, so there are an abundance of men for me to be with. I don't think there's been a day where I haven't had a man, actually. Is that so? I had been with my other boyfriend for about 3 months, and he's been working for a company making loads of money, so I'd planned on getting married to him. However, just the other day, I went to this dating party at a bar, and there I found myself the perfect man for myself, who just so happens to be hot and a stinking lawyer. I ran right up to him, trying to get him to come and cuddle with me, and from the way he reacted, I could tell he was into me. So from here, I'll be getting into the good stuff. You still have more to say? Normally, when I break up with my exes, I go ahead and introduce them to some of my other good-looking friends so that they may start dating. However, all my sexy-looking friends have boyfriends now, so I thought I'd be kind and make it your turn this time. So I'll be giving little old ugly you my boyfriend, and you can do what you want with him. And since he was dating me, consider this your one and only chance to be with someone who doesn't look like dog crap. Huh? You don't have to say no to me. I already know you are very happy to hear this from me since you've never had yourself a boyfriend before, and you're just getting up there in age to the point you might even hit menopause soon. I don't want him. What? I didn't want to tell you this because you're such a pain in the ass, but I'll have to tell you now. I'm already married. Huh? There we go. This conversation is over with now. I know you have nothing else to tell me, so goodbye. Huh? My uglier-than-crap older sister is married? And before a beauty like me? What a dang lie that is. Rio, my name is Alicia.
What? You're Alicia? Oh, God.
That's right. I'm the one you were with at that party a little while back.
I never told you my phone number, though.
When I asked one of your old friends from high school about you, he gave me your phone number. He also told me about the law firm you're currently working at.
Seriously, what the hell does that asshole think he's doing?
Well, that's why I'm able to talk with you right now. How about you and I go on a date?
What? Hell no, why would I go on a date with you?
Well, because you and I are boyfriend and girlfriend now.
Huh?
So that means later tonight, let's you and me find a cute hotel to go stay at and go from being 2 different people to 1.
No freaking way I'm doing that. How about you stop talking to me and I delete this conversation?
I'm not joking around right now. I want to take you to a hotel tonight to make love.
Well, I don't want to have anything to do with you, and I don't ever remember you and I becoming a couple like you're saying.
You don't have to keep trying to play games with me like that, you know.
When I introduced myself to all of you that night, I told you that I'm married, right? I was lied to and told that I'd just be meeting up with some of my friends that night when it was really some sort of a dating party, hookup party, speed dating party, whatever the heck it was. I don't want anyone right now because I already have a wife who I love.
Oh, come on now, Rio. That little marriage of yours can easily be broken in order for you and I to become one.
Shut the hell up! I do not want a damn thing to do with you.
You'll be getting out of work here soon, right? I'm at the restaurant right next door to the law firm waiting for you, okay?
I'm not at the law firm today, so thank God for that.
What?
I'm about to arrive at my house right now where my wife is.
Wait, Rio?
See ya. This is not good. This is screwed up.
Rio? What's going on? What's happened? Did something happen to you today at work?
That crazy girl I was talking to you about before from that party, she just started texting me.
What?
She even found out about where I work. My stupid friend from back in high school told her everything about me, like my number and my workplace.
What?
I thought I made it so clear that night that I'm a married man. Maybe she just doesn't understand what that means?
Just in case, can I ask what her name is?
She said her name is Alicia.
Alicia?
Do you know her?
As long as she's not someone else that shares the same name, she's my little sister.
What? Is she the one you've told me about before? The one who's always whoring around with different men and thinks she's the cream of the crop when it comes to being beautiful, but is really just a bother for everyone? She also happens to hate you a lot, and when your parents got a divorce, she took that chance to run off and never really come back?
That's her.
No freaking way. Now that I think about it, she seems just like the little sister you told me about. It's just been so long since you told me about her and her name that I totally forgot.
Actually, yesterday I was texted by her for the first time in 5 years. She was talking about how at a recent party at this bar she met a really handsome lawyer and said that he was really into her.
Huh? If she's talking about me, I told her to screw off before I left.
Did she say that you were just trying to be cool?
She did.
Knowing her, she lives in some kind of a fantasy land where everything she wants to happen happens, even if it's not reality.
So she's delusional, is what you're saying? As a lawyer, I've seen all kinds of people in my life, but nobody as screwed in the head as she is.
You're almost home now, aren't you? So, you want me to come to you and we can go out and get a drink?
That would be awesome.
Hey, Alyssa. I'd like to send my ex over to your house now, so could you please give me your address? You're still thinking about that? I told you already that I'm married. All right now, Lisa. I am asking you to please take this guy off my hands for me. It seems that I was his first ever girlfriend, and he keeps saying that if we break up now, he's going to have to start all over again looking for a partner, and he doesn't know if he can do it. He keeps saying that to me over and over and won't just leave me alone. I've already started going out with my lawyer boyfriend now, so if this guy continues to bother me by not leaving my side, I'm going to have to commit some crimes or something. That's why I have told him today that I promised to introduce him to my older sister. Listen, Alicia, that lawyer boyfriend that you keep talking about? Oh, him! His name is Rio, by the way. Stop calling my husband your dang boyfriend, all right? What? Rio, he's at a loss for words right now because of how much you've bothered him so far. He told you once already to screw off, yet you continue to call him your boyfriend. Huh? And when he found out that you'd been sitting at a restaurant right next to the place he works at, he told me all about you, and now we're heading out to relax a little. What? I heard that Rio was married from some other people, but his wife just so happens to be you? That's right. Before I got married to Rio, he and I were working for the same office. In other words, our love started to happen inside the workplace. Huh? You're going to start lying to me again? There's no way in hell an ugly old hag like you would ever be married when you've never even had a boyfriend in your life before. Huh? That's the picture of Rio and I at our wedding 2 years ago. If you still don't want to believe what I'm saying, then try talking to one of your other family members for once and asking them about this. They all know that I got married to Rio because they were all there at my wedding. No way. That's not good for me. Not good for you? How so? I just told you about my ex, right? He told me that he will not leave me unless I introduce him to my sister. Can't you just introduce him to some random girl and say she's your sister? I can't. He doesn't want things to totally end between us, so he's saying the only way he'll leave me alone is if I can get him with one of my family members. He said as long as he became a part of my family, he'd leave me. From what it sounds like to me, he's still in love with you and would still want to be with you even after getting married to someone else. And it almost seems like you feel the same way about him. I don't care what you think about this. I just want him gone for the time being. That's why I told him that I'd introduce him to you. But now I've had to hear that you and Rio are married. This is the worst thing that could ever be happening to me. Are you not able to just marry that man you're with now? What? Oh, great point. He might not be a lawyer like Rio is, but he's still making some great money. And he is madly in love with me, to the point I know he'd never stop spoiling me. All right, I'll marry him then. Now that I have my new plan, I'm going to take him with me and hand in our marriage forms at the courthouse. Bye-bye. Jesus. Alyssa, please help me. Alicia? What is it now? I got back with that ex of mine and married him. I thought that he was still decently wealthy, but when I got home with him, I found out that he is terrible at saving money and spends it all the time. He just asked me to start helping him pay off some of his debt because he found out that I work at a strip club. He said that if I don't help him, he's going to divorce me for never telling him about my line of work. Don't tell me. You would like to get my husband's help with your situation because he's a lawyer? No, because that would require me to spend some money. That's why I'm asking for you to help me. Huh? You worked at the same office as him before, which means you have to know a thing or two about being a lawyer, right? Oh, and since you are my older sister, I'd like you to not charge me for the help. I was nothing more than a secretary there. I could never help you out with any legal troubles you're in now. What? I am really fed up with your crap, Alicia. Alyssa? If you ever turn up around my husband or I, we're calling the police. The police? Don't ever talk to us again. I had a lot that I wanted to say to that little idiot, but because of the risk associated with talking to her any longer, I just went the other direction and cut ties. She tried to call me again and again the next day, from sunrise until sunset, so I finally did what I should have done so long ago and blocked her. And it was not just me who blocked her, but Rio as well, and the rest of my family who didn't want anything to do with her either. After that, Rio and I got back to the lives we were living before my sister came crashing into it, and we are so happy things didn't end up worse because of her. As for the man that Alicia ended up marrying, things started to become more and more clear about him. Not only was he in a lot of debt, but he hadn't been paying the rent on the place those two were living for months. He also had a serious problem with cleaning up after himself and would always make Alicia do it for him, to the point where he'd even throw his trash at her to take care of. And not even another month had passed before the police finally showed up at their door, asking both him and Alicia to leave the apartment and pay off all the rent that was due on the place, as they were both being evicted. Neither one of them could pay, so they were both forced to take out yet another loan and use that to pay the landlord before they were both told to leave the premise for good. This left the both of them with nowhere else to go, as all of Alicia's family had blocked her, and her friends would not let her come stay with them. So her husband made the final call and told her that they'd need to move back home to his parents' house and live with them until they could pay off all of his debt. He tried to ask his parents after moving in to help him out, but they both told him no and said that he was responsible for his own financial issues, as they were already doing more than enough by letting him and Alicia stay with them. And not only were his parents not going to help with his debt, but Alicia started to be bullied by his mother, and he did nothing to stop his mother from attacking his wife. The life of living with zero cares at all that Alicia had took a 180 and plunged her into a life where she was not allowed to do anything anymore. And if things weren't bad enough for her already, she only started to make them worse after she completely cracked under all the stress at her husband's family home, by calling her mother-in-law ugly and telling her father-in-law to leave his wife and take her with him. But before that got anywhere, both of her in-laws sent her to the hospital thinking she'd completely lost her mind, and there the psychiatrist noted that there was something seriously wrong with her and had her admitted into the mental ward. She's been there for months now and will soon be getting divorced by her husband and will be left to her psychiatrist, who will decide what to do with her afterwards. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Oh my God, Megan, are you serious? You're having your wedding at the Centennial Hotel? That place where all the celebrities stay? There's no way, I don't believe it. Hello to you too, Katrina. Looks like Mom went and spilled the beans to you, huh? Yeah, she told me, but I don't believe it for 1 second. And why is that, dare I ask? Well, I mean, think about it. There's no way someone with a lame office job like you could afford a wedding there. It costs like $50,000 just to get in the door. What? My husband and I are both contributing to the cost of the wedding. Honestly, compared to what my husband is spending, it hardly seems fair to say I'm contributing at all. Your husband? Oh, yeah, right. Sure. I bet he's paying for one napkin. What's your deal, Katrina? Seriously. We talked it over and we're each contributing an amount proportional to what we make at our jobs. It really is that simple. And you picked the Centennial Hotel for the venue? Not only that, but you're booking the biggest room in the entire building. They had some global business summit in that room last year. My husband wants to be able to invite as many of his associates as possible, and given the numbers involved, that was the only room that was feasible for us. Oh yeah, cool story, Megan, but I'm not buying it for 1 second. I'm not selling anything, though. What makes you think I'm lying? Do you have to ask me? For crying out loud, Megan, you know exactly why I know you're lying. I can see right through your little game. You and I both know that you're jealous that my husband makes enough money to rent a high-rise apartment downtown. You're only planning this insane wedding because you're going to try and make me pay for it. Wait, what? I don't need a single penny from you. My husband and I can pay the full cost of the wedding we planned with no problem whatsoever. Do you really think I believe that? It is really, really bizarre that you think we're so hard up for money, but rest assured, we're not. We're doing just fine for ourselves, Katrina. Okay, you're really committed to this story, but let me make one thing clear. My husband is sitting next to me, and he wants me to tell you something. We will never, ever loan you any money for the wedding or anything else, so don't bother asking. Get it? So save yourselves and us a lot of shame and just give up already. You are something else, Megan. Yeah, I know. Like, that's exactly why I'm making this so clear to you. I'm not like you. I'm not some poor loser who has to beg for their sister's rich husband for money to pay for their own wedding. I don't really care if you believe me or not. We're not going to ask you for anything, so just leave me and my husband alone. Goodbye. You know, I really have to hand it to you, Megan. You are really committed to this. You were actually willing to go up to your eyeballs in debt just to impress me with an extravagant wedding well beyond your means. Who said anything about debt? I mean, look at this place. It's gorgeous. Poor losers like you and your husband couldn't even afford to rent this place for 1 second. You definitely took out a loan for this. This conversation again, I thought I made it very clear the last time we talked about this. We are not poor. We did not take out a loan for this wedding. We paid in cash. We have enough money at our disposal to pay for this wedding without having any long-term impact on our finances. Nah, you're lying. Everything I know about you says you could never afford a wedding like this. So, what, did you put up as collateral for the loan? Your kidneys? Once again, we did not take out a loan. And just for the record, if you even think about saying anything stupid about us being poor or taking on debt for this wedding, sister or not, I'm gonna have words with you. Oh, don't worry about me, sister dearest. I won't do any such thing. Good. I'll be keeping my eyes on you, though. I won't have the opportunity to talk to any of your guests because I'm not going. What? You're just gonna divorce him in 2 months anyway once you get tired of being married to a deadbeat loser like him. So me coming to your wedding would just be a massive waste of my time. My God in heaven, Katrina, we're not poor. You know what? I don't have time to deal with you right now. I suppose this means that I can mark both you and your husband as not attending, right? Yep. My husband doesn't want to waste his time either. Just last night he said, what's the point of even going further in debt to hide the fact that you're broke? It's so humiliating being related to someone like you. So yeah, I'll mark you both as not attending then. I'll have to call the caterer to cancel your meals. Uh-oh, 2 meals? Oh, that must be like 2 months' salary for you two. Well, while you two are enjoying the last decent food you'll ever eat, my husband and I are going to invite a bunch of his friends over to our high-rise apartment and have a real party. To think that you're too poor to experience high society like this, I almost feel bad for you. Oh, and one more thing. We'll be sending a formal written notification in the near future, but my husband has a message for you. Your husband? What does he want with me? Is he going to send me a sternly worded letter begging me to stop making fun of him for being a complete loser? You're living in room 905, right? You're 3 months behind on rent? Huh? As per the rental agreement, if a leasee becomes 4 months or more behind on rent, the lessor has the right to unilaterally terminate the lease, which is exactly what we're planning to do. So I recommend you pay your rent as quickly as possible. Wait, what? Hey, Megan, are you there? Your husband's name, it's Terrence, right? When I looked on the lease agreement just now, it says that the owner of our building's name is Terrence. They even have the same last name. Is your husband the owner of our apartment building? Or is it just some crazy coincidence and the guy just has the same first and last name? I thought your husband worked odd jobs. There's no way he has enough money to own an entire apartment building, right? Megan, I know you're there. Answer me. You know, somehow I knew that you'd end up storming into our reception dinner. What do you expect me to do? We're about to get kicked out of our sweet apartment. Just calm down, would you? It's not like we're gonna boot you out the door today or anything. You are terrible, Megan. Really, just the worst. You waited until the last second to drop that bomb on me just to make me come to your stupid wedding. You should be grateful that I went to the trouble of getting a rental dress for you so you didn't have to wear your pajamas for the whole dinner. This is the worst. Now everyone thinks that I'm some poor loser like you are, or, well, that I thought you were. I've never been so humiliated in my life. Katrina, I think you probably didn't notice, but the CEO of the company you work for is here with his wife. What? He was here? Seriously? Yep, he and Terrence were classmates in college. He was aware that my sister worked for his company and was looking forward to meeting you. So imagine his surprise when he got here and saw that your seat was empty. Terrence was worried that it might have some negative repercussions on your career aspirations if you weren't here, so he decided he would drop the fact that you were 3 months late on rent in order to get you to come to the venue, and lo and behold, it worked like a charm. Why didn't he just tell us normally, through the mail or something? Why wait until today? How to put this? Let's just say it was a little bit of revenge for treating me and my husband like we're destitute when you and your husband are the ones 3 months behind on rent. You little... The truth is that Terrence really was dirt poor when he was young. His family went through some super hard times, but he didn't let that hold him back. He worked harder than anyone else in his class, all the way from grade school to university, and that hard work and dedication is what led to the lifestyle he has today. And all his experiences of struggling during his younger years make this wedding all the more enjoyable for him. You should have seen him. He was grinning from ear to ear the whole time with pride at what he'd accomplished. And it was also what ticked him off so much about the way you'd been talking about him since we started dating. Oh, for real, Katrina, what's your problem? What made you think he just worked odd jobs? Sure, I've never come out and explicitly stated this is what he does for a living, but still. You didn't even realize that he was the owner of your apartment building? Mind explaining that one to me? Well, I see him cleaning the entrance to the apartment building from time to time. Sweeping, mopping, that sort of thing. So, I don't know, I figured he just worked at the cleaning company that the apartment manager contracted with. And then I'd see him at the nearby convenience store in the middle of the day, too. He was always wearing super casual clothes, like sweatpants, sandals, hoodies. What was I supposed to think? He takes pride in his work, Katrina, something you obviously aren't familiar with. It's his building. He wants to make sure all the public spaces are spick and span. And as for going to the convenience store, it's not like he's attending a state dinner or anything. What's wrong with wearing casual clothes out on the town? Hey, don't tell me. The owner's room on the top floor. Is that his apartment? Is that where you're gonna live from now on? Yep. Seriously? I don't believe this. You really didn't know? How was I supposed to know? Didn't you see the return address on the wedding invitations we sent out? No one looks at the return address. I suppose we do have an exclusive elevator, so it's pretty likely that we wouldn't meet when coming and going. And since we work different hours, we'd obviously never meet on the way out the door in the morning or in the evening. But still, really? Kinda insane that you never noticed. It's not fair. It's not fair! Why do you get the sweet life? I quit my job. What? Why? Because it sucked, that's why. Ever since I found out that the CEO is friends with my brother-in-law, it felt like I was being watched all day. It felt super creepy, and I just started hating it there. Is that really why you quit? Well, that and the fact that my husband makes a ton of money. We can survive on just one income, so I thought I'd try my hand at doing the whole homemaker thing for a while. Ah, I see. I submitted my resignation yesterday, and once I use up all of my days of paid leave, I'm officially done for good. Being a housewife is going to be so much fun. I think I might call a door-to-door nail artist to give me a manicure. If you've got money to get your nails done, how's about you pay your rent? You know, the rent that you're 3 months late on? Oh, that's not my responsibility. Talk to my husband about the rent. He's the one whose name is on the lease, so I think he just made a mistake when he filled out the automatic payment thingy with the bank. I bet that'll get taken care of in no time. Yeah? Well, for your sake, I hope you're right. My husband got fired. Uh-oh. Yeah, it all happened like 6 months ago. Did you hear why he got fired? Yeah, apparently he made a mistake that cost the company a contract worth millions of dollars. And the company was apparently making a huge bet on getting that contract, so a bunch of investment went completely to waste. I guess it wasn't the kind of goof that can be punished with just a transfer or docking his pay. And that's the reason why we haven't been paying the rent for the last few months. When I checked our bank account balance, it was practically empty. All our savings are gone. Oh, so that's what happened. Well, that makes our decision on what to do next much easier. We'll begin the process of terminating your lease immediately. Oh no. You'll receive a formal notice in the mail within the next few days. Also, as per the terms of the contract, the 3 months' rent you owe will be billed to your co-signer in the event you're unable to pay. So I suggest you contact them as soon as possible to let them know. No, you can't do that. Why do you think I texted you just now? I need your help, Megan. Sorry, Katrina, but this isn't personal. It's just business. Sister or not, as the owners of the apartment building, we have no choice but to take actions that are in the financial interest of the business. Please. We can't have the word getting out to our other tenants and potential new ones that we're lenient on late rent payments, so no, you won't be getting any special treatment. Terrence personally told me that. He did? This is the worst. My high-rise apartment, it's gone. Now I'm gonna have to live somewhere poor people live, like a regular apartment. Seeing as you're both unemployed now, even that might be a bit too optimistic. But my husband is working really hard to find a new job, and he's even doing some short-term jobs here and there for some extra cash. So, your husband is broke and working odd jobs, eh? Hey, just what is that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing, Katrina. Nothing at all. You're just a... Oh, why is this happening to me? Soon afterward, Katrina went groveling to the company she had just resigned from and begged them to take her back. However, she never was an employee in good standing, so they promptly turned her down. Her husband did get some money in severance from the company that fired him, but that was all used up already, and her final paycheck from her company was garnished to pay their late rent. Terrence worked swiftly to have them evicted from the apartment. As for where the newly homeless and newly unemployed couple moved to next, it seems that they moved into the employee housing for a company they were referred to by their co-signers, her husband's parents. The day they were evicted, a black-paneled van was waiting for them out in front of the building. They were encouraged to get on by several large men that got out of the van, and the van swiftly drove off toward the outskirts of town. My understanding is this company has a very successful employee training program, so hopefully the two of them will be whipped back into shape while they slowly chip away at the debt they now owe.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.